A woman fears her husband will leave her after his promotion. She secretly altered her husband's design drawings. Precious parts turned into useless scraps. These parts are worth tens of thousands. And the project deadline is extremely tight. There was no way to fix the mistake. The factory director flew into a rage. He fired Shiying on the spot. Shiying felt extremely wronged. He couldn't figure out what went wrong. At that moment, Jianhua noticed something odd. Shiying suddenly sensed something was off. He remembered quarreling with his wife yesterday. He suspected his wife was behind all this. Suhi had no idea what trouble she'd caused, faced with her husband's questioning. Suhi instead felt wronged. I admit I changed the drawings. I was scared you'd leave me once you succeeded. I never meant any harm. Shiying trembled with anger at her words. He immediately wanted a divorce. Before he could even finish his words, Suhi cut him off first. She ran back to her parents' home to complain. She cried to her family. He told me to stay far away. He never wants to see me again. Her mother felt heartbroken instantly. She decided to confront her son-in-law. But her father was a reasonable man. He knew exactly what his daughter was like. He quickly stopped his wife and sat her down. He went alone to talk to Shiying. He learned his daughter tampered with the drawings, which got Shiying fired from the factory. The father-in-law was utterly stunned. He couldn't bring himself to mediate anymore. As an elder of the family, he hated to see the couple split up. He had to persuade Shiying to reconsider. But their conversation went nowhere. Hurt and wronged, Shiying left. The father-in-law stood there feeling sorrowful. Suhi went to find Shiying's best friend Jianhua. She begged him to help fix things. No matter how stubborn he is, he has to come home. Staying in the dorm after a fight is ridiculous. It just doesn't make sense. Come on, I'll go talk some sense into him. Jianhua took Suhe to Shiying's dorm. They barely talked for a minute. Suhi started bringing up past conflicts. She blamed Shiying's ex-girlfriend Bai Gei. This is all Bai Gei's fault. If you didn't still have feelings for her, I wouldn't be acting like this. Don't drag Bai Gei into our problems. The two ended up arguing again. Jianhua had no choice but to leave. Bai Gei heard about this and found Suhi. She was a kind-hearted woman. She didn't want to ruin their relationship. So she decided to mediate between them. But she set one condition first. From this moment on, stop torturing Shiying mentally. If you truly love him, stop doubting him all the time. I chose to step aside, all so I could let you be happy. Suhi finally realized she was wrong. She quickly nodded and agreed. With Bai Gei's persuasion, Shiying agreed to move back home. But the second he came back, Suhi immediately had a bad attitude. My own dad begged you to come home, yet you wouldn't listen at all. Why do you listen to Bai Gei right away? Is every word she says in order to you? The couple started fighting all over again. Enraged, Suhi picked up boiling water to threaten him. I'll make you regret this for the rest of your life. No one will have a happy ending if we fight, just because her husband said one extra word. This ruthless woman picked up a kettle of boiling hot water and splashed it straight onto his face. The man let out a painful scream. His wife froze in shock at what she'd done. Luckily, the neighbor reacted quickly. They immediately called an ambulance. The doctor's words filled Bai Gei with anxiety. The situation is critical. Over 90% of his face is severely burned. Upon hearing the terrible news, tears welled up in Bai Gei's eyes. She struggled to hold back her tears. As Shiying's life hung in the balance, the hospital rushed him into emergency treatment. Instead of staying by her husband's side, Suhi ran straight back to her parents' home. She put on a sad act to gain sympathy. Her mother flew into a blind rage. She was ready to confront her son-in-law. Look how upset he's made our daughter. I'm going to go talk to him right now. Luckily, the father knew his daughter well. He calmed his wife down patiently. She finally managed to calm down. Suhi never realized how serious it was. She even had time to water her flowers at home. She waited for her husband to beg for forgiveness, until she heard the disaster she'd caused. No one expected how cold-hearted she was. After learning her husband was badly burned, her first thought was not to visit him. She secretly went to ask a doctor privately. Severe burns may leave permanent scars. She learned he might be disfigured forever. Suhi immediately hesitated. Divorce crossed her mind right away. But after thinking it over, the last bit of conscience she had pushed her to go to the hospital ward. By then, Shiying was out of danger, but his burns were far too severe. He remained in a deep coma. Bai Gei took great care of him every day, making sure he was never neglected. Watching the helpless Shiying, Bai Gei's heart ached deeply. Bai Gei and Shiying were childhood sweethearts. They were about to get married, until a terrible accident happened. Bai Gei fell into a coma and became a vegetative patient. The devoted Shiying never left her side. He cared for her faithfully for 5 whole years. It was during this time that Suhi appeared in his life. Young Suhi fell for his good looks instantly. She chased after him relentlessly. Seeing their son was of marrying age, Shiying's parents pressured him non-stop. Reluctantly, Shiying married Suhe, but no one could have guessed. On their very wedding day, Bai Gei suddenly woke up from her coma. When she learned Shiying was getting married, not wanting to put him in an awkward spot, kind-hearted Bai Gei pretended to lose her memory. She tearfully gave Shiying up to Suhe. She never thought her selfless choice would lead to Shiying suffering so much pain. Bai Gei was filled with deep regret, yet she held back her sorrow quietly and comforted Shiying gently. The doctor said your injuries aren't fatal. Your whole body is wrapped up just in case. It's only to prevent infection. As she spoke, her eyes turned red again. Suhi walked in just in time to see this scene. Suhi felt ashamed to face Bai Gei. When Bai Gei stood up to leave, Suhi quickly hid herself aside. Only after Bai Gei walked far away did she slowly step into the ward. Suhi cried and apologized to Shiying. I know I was in the wrong this time. Can you please forgive me?